I want to get this UFC story in because I sent you this. You're my expert. I just rely on you this. So I was kind of curious what you thought overall with several fighters taking to social media to say that they had been approached to potentially throw fights.
Yeah.
Do you think this is common? Do you think this is because gambling's been very much in the discussion? What happened with the NBA scandal with Chauncey Billups and what happened there with Terry Rozier? So all of a sudden you're seeing more people talk about it. I thought this was interesting. Dana White was asked about that story, and here's what he had to say.
So this company, IC360, which is the best bet monitoring company in the business. We've been with them for years, and we get a report after every single fight that we do. So for anybody out there that's clickbait saying, oh, there's hundreds of fights, it's all bullshit. So when this did happen, a couple years ago, whenever it was, that investigation is still ongoing, and now will be a part of this investigation too.
Directly talking to Cash Patel, I'm sure you do have a relationship.
Yeah, I talked to him this morning. But then we just had an office full of FBI agents in here. So if you try to do this, I've been very vocal and very open about this. We will be your worst enemy. We will immediately go after you, guns a-blazing, with the FBI and whoever else we need to get. And we will do everything we can to make sure you go to prison. You're seeing things out on the internet where like fighters are coming out and going, oh, I was approached. Really? Why didn't you tell us that? Or more importantly, why didn't you tell law enforcement that you were approached? Now? Now you're saying that you were approached?
Can I just say something? That's what you want a leader of a sports league, a sports organization to look like. Like Adam Silver, when he was asked about it, was a little bit timid. I don't think he wanted to step on any toes. And he's like, let's let the legal process play out. That's what you want. That's what you need to send a strong message that any relationship, any perception of impropriety, any of it is unacceptable. And I don't care who you are, we're coming after you and we're going to put you in jail. As opposed to Adam Silver saying, oh, well, we have to be really careful and we want to be cautious and let this thing play out in court. That is what you want in a leader.
Yeah, well, like it or not, I know a lot of people, Dana White rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but like him or not, he is unapologetically authentic, and I actually think it's a beautiful thing. I get a very real vibe about him, and I see the passion he has when he watches these fights. He doesn't want to be cheated. I think he feels like he's cheated if he knows that this is happening with the sport that he loves so much. It's an interesting thing, man. There was a fight between two guys, and what really set the red flag off was the guy who was favored, like right before the fight, a ton of money ended up going onto the other guy to have like a first-round submission, and he in fact did. So that set the flags off. They immediately released the guy who they think may have thrown the fight right afterwards. So that's that. I mean, it's weird because UFC fighters, I would imagine, and I don't want to like peg them the wrong way because I think they're my favorite athletes of all the athletes I've spent time around because they're the most regular dudes. You know what I mean? But of all the athletes, these are the guys not making, the majority of them are not making money that will change your life. That if you, so I mean, it would be understandable to think, I guess, if there's a group that could be infiltrated with this, maybe it's them. But I mean, I don't know, man. It'd be a heavy accusation for me to put out there, you know?
I also think Dana White is well aware that another combat sport is boxing has long been accused of, boxing matches being fixed, you're throwing matches, whatever it was. And he's realized they have taken over boxing in the fight game. Absolutely. They are the sport. Yeah. And so he doesn't want that type of reputation to get anywhere close to the product that he's got. Because I think that's one thing that people trust is that these fighters are out there giving their best. This is an integrity. And I think that's what Dana White's strong message was so important for the sport.
I think of all the sports, I think people feel like this is probably one of the easiest ones to manipulate, right? Like it's hard with 22 guys on a football field to pick a guy and think that he can, have that kind of stroke. But I think people, this one there, if they deem that this is a problem here, I mean, it could completely take the sport down, which is a problem because I love it. I think, like I said, UFC has like that authentic feel for it, and once you sort of damage that, it's going to be an issue. So, well, hopefully it works its way out. It's tough, man. Yeah. This sports betting thing is toothpaste that can't be put back in the tube, man. We've embraced it. It's a problem now. We're seeing it in too many sports, and it's kind of all coming to the surface at once.